Welcome to the demo of the UNEP-DHI portal. My name is Bertrand Richaud and I work for the UNEP-DHI Center. In this presentation, I will show you the UNEP-DHI portal, which is one of the drought monitoring and forecasting tool presented in the module. To access this tool, you can first go to the UNCCD homepage and go to the Drought Toolbox page as part of the website. In this Drought Toolbox webpage, you can see that the toolbox is composed of three pillars. The first one being drought monitoring and early warning. We click on it and we access this page. There is some information, background information about monitoring and early warning system with some relevant documentation, such as the handbook of the drought indicators and indices. You also have links here to some other references. And at the bottom right side, you can see a button where you can click to explore the UNEP-DHI tool. This will open a new page. You have now reached the UNEP-DHI portal. This portal needs a login to be accessed. The first time you access the portal, you can click on registration for new user here and click on register. You will create an account. Once this account has been created, you can use it to log in. I have already created an account for the purpose of the demonstration. I will use it to log in to the portal now. When you log in to the portal, you can see this homepage with some background information, with some hands-on exercise here that can be accessed through this link. And you can see two applications. The one that I will describe today is the first one, the data and information application. I click on it and this will open the application. The data and information application is a map-based application. I have here selected the country Burkina Faso for the purpose of the presentation, but you may want to choose another country when you register to the portal. On the left side here, you can select the data sets. By default, they will not be selected, so you will have to activate. You can activate all the data set at once here by clicking on this checkbox. There are about 20 data sets in this version. Here, once they have been activated, they will appear on the menu here, all the data sets available for your country. The first one that you see is rainfall data set. GPM data is one source of rainfall data that is globally available. If you click on the data set, you will activate and display the layer on the map. There might not be any rainfall at the moment, so we don't see any rain showing on the map. But it's possible to go back in time using the cursor and display another time step. The date is displayed also here on this box. And the legend here indicates us how many millimeters per day of rainfall has fallen in each of these pixels. Rainfall is an interesting data set, but as you have seen in the previous module, we can derive from this data set some indices such as the Standard Precipitation Index, SPI. SPI 1 month is one of them, which I will now activate on the map to be displayed. Here we have the latest values for the SPI 1 month over the whole Burkina Faso. We have the legend here, so we can actually see that some or part of the country seem to be under a drought, a meteorological drought. It is possible to zoom in to some specific area to have a better overview of the area. Some tools are also available on the tool menu. For example, to extract time series and understand how it has evolved over time, this indicator that we have selected. We have the long-term time series since 2000, sorry, but we can also zoom in to the last few years. And we can see that in the last few months, the values of the SPI 1 month has fallen below critical values, triggering drought hazard. It is possible to download all this data as raster or time series file to be further analyzed in a different system. Another indicator that I would like to show you is the NDVI. NDVI is an indicator that can help you to understand the vegetation cover. So this is the latest view of the vegetation cover over Burkina Faso. This tells us how green is a specific area. We can also see time series to see how it has evolved over time. We can zoom into the last few years. This is a 16-day time step, so that's why we have these steps in the time series here. And we have actually on this plot here two lines, a black one that tells us the actual value of the NDVI, and in red we have the long-term mean. So we can see for each 16-day period how it ranges, whether it is above or below the long-term mean. It is also possible to derive some indices from these data sets. So for example, deviation will give us information about how much it deviates from the long-term mean. By looking at the map here and the color coding of the legend that we have here for the deviation, we can see that only some areas of the country here in the southern western parts of the country are under some of the values which indicates negative deviation, so basically less green than average, which could indicate a drought hazard. That's all for this brief presentation of the UNEP-DHI tool. The tool includes documentation and some online help, so please feel free to consult these different resources that should help you to make use of this tool and access more information related to drought monitoring and early warning. Thank you.